would just put together a few pro tips for you in preparing and getting ready to do your makeup for prom. So number one, let's talk about eye primer. This may not be something that you use in your everyday makeup, but I would encourage you to add this into your makeup process for prom. Eye primer is really going to allow your eyeshadow to last you through the night. I know a lot of people get ready really early in the morning. In fact, my first person I have to get ready is 7:30 in the morning. So you're trying to go almost 12 hours and keep your eyeshadow looking vibrant and nice through pre-pictures, dinner, what is it called, grand march, and then post pictures, and then dancing, and I mean everything, the after prom. You're going to want your makeup to last. So I definitely encourage you to use a good eye primer. You know me, I use Milani eyeshadow primer. I think it's great. Another really nice drugstore one is from Profusion, and even CoverGirl has a really good eyeshadow primer. Wet n Wild has an eyeshadow primer, but I'm not particularly a fan of, and e.l.f. has eyeshadow primer, but I have not tried it in a very long time. So I can't give you a for sure that yes, the e.l.f. one is good, but I know that they do have one that you can get your hands on. So I am definitely going to encourage you, eyeshadow primer. It is just going to make the difference between your eyeshadow lasting a little while or lasting you throughout all the events of your day. Second tip I want to give you is waterproof. Go with waterproof mascara and waterproof eyeliner. I know you girls right now like to do the wings. Waterproof. Like, you're going to be sweating. If you're anything like my sister, you're probably going to be stressed and you'll be sweating, and then you're going to be dancing and having fun, and you don't want to have to worry that your makeup is melting in your pictures. So I definitely encourage you to go with a waterproof mascara and a waterproof eyeliner. A really good waterproof mascara for really cheap is from Essence. Their Lash Princess Waterproof Mascara is a perfect one. It's great for your upper lashes and your lower lashes. Definitely the lower lashes, I think, is a lot of times where people forget that you really want to put a waterproof mascara down there, because you don't want that smearing under your lashes or to come down into your under eyes. So definitely go with something waterproof. That's really a tip that is going to save you from some makeup mishaps. My third tip is light layers. I know that you're going to want the blush, the contour, the highlight, the bronzer, the whole spiel, and that's fine. This is a really special event, and a lot of times people will go a little bit above what they normally do for their makeup to make it just a little bit more dramatic for the evening. But I'm going to encourage you to go in light layers. Instead of doing full face foundation, full concealer, bronzer on top, blush on top, I'm going to encourage you to do the reverse foundation technique, and I will link that video for you. But you've seen me do, if you watch my videos, you've seen me do this technique a lot. Like, I will put my concealer on, I will put my bronzer on, I will put my foundation where I want it, and then I will blend all of that together, and then even the blush, like just light layers. I wouldn't do full foundation, like I said, then full the next step, then full the next step, because eventually by the time you get to the end, your face is going to feel heavy. It will potentially look cakey, and it's just going to feel like kind of crackly, like it's definitely going to wear down throughout the evening and throughout all the events that you're going to go through. So I encourage you to go with very light layers. I feel that in using light layers, you're going to still be able to achieve the look you want, but also not make your face feel too heavy to where you feel uncomfortable throughout the night, feeling all of that makeup kind of weighing you down. You want to look your best, but also feel your best. And I think light layers is a good way to accomplish that. Tip number 4, set cream products with powder products. I personally love cream blushes. Like right now I'm wearing these two cream soft matte liquid blushes from Profusion. If you put cream products on, I encourage you to set those products with their counterpart powder product. So for instance, if I had went in with a cream blush, I would then set it with a powder blush. In my experience, setting the cream products with their counterpart powder product is going to allow them to last a lot longer throughout the night. Like if you do a cream bronzer, lightly set it with a powder bronzer at the end versus a actual just face powder, if you understand what I'm saying. It's just going to, number one, allow the color to be a little bit more vibrant, but also the key is longevity. We're looking for longevity with our prom makeup. We want everything to look nice from the beginning and last you throughout the evening. So like I said, if you do go in with cream products, set them with their counterpart powder product. Tip number 5, flash proof powder. You are going to want to test your powder before the night of your prom. There are some powders that have flashback whenever, because you're going to be like in the room dancing and the lights are going to be off and people are going to be taking pictures, and sometimes the flash on your powder will cause you to see the white cast that your powder has created. So you definitely want to have powders that will avoid having that issue in your photos. If I can find the photo, I'll put it right here. There was a powder that I used from Flower Beauty. It was in the really big packaging, and that had horrible flashback. Like I didn't know what it was at the time because I was just getting into makeup, but like under my eyes is these streaks of white. We want to avoid that for prom. So test your powders. Take some of your powder, wipe it on your hand, take a flash photo, and see if you can see that white cast or not. All of these tips I'm giving you, I'll list like products that work well for those tips, list them in the description box below. So if you're like, well, okay, you told me to get a flash proof powder, where are they? I will list all of those in the description box below. Some really good drugstore options that hopefully you can get your hands on relatively quickly for prom. But definitely test your powder. Make sure that, you know, when you're cutting your contour or setting your under eyes or setting your T-zone, that you're not going to have that issue with flash photography. Okay, tip number 6. This is for my acne people who are trying to cover their acne for makeup. Number 1, you want to moisturize. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but a lot of times acne where we're trying to clear it up will be dry, kind of scaly. You want to make sure that you moisturize. Then, again, even like how I described with your face makeup, go in layers. Find a skin tone concealer. A lot of times a pot concealer is really good for this, and you don't want anything brightening like how you would highlight or conceal your under eyes. A lot of times we use a little bit of a lighter shade to brighten. If you are trying to conceal your acne, go with your actual skin tone and look for potentially a pot concealer. Wherever your acne is, take that pot concealer, really warm up the product with your finger, lightly tap it over and blend in. Allow that to dry. Go back in, lightly tap it over and allow it to dry. You're going to want to do the lightest layers that you can so that you cover the redness, but you don't create an excess kind of bump or dryness on that acne. So moisturize, pot concealer, layers, light layers. Okay, tip number 7. Lip liner. Your lipstick is going to wear off. It just is. Like lipstick, there's, you know, claims of long wearing 24-hour lipsticks, yada, yada, yada. But it's going to dull down regardless. So find a good lip liner that will allow you to kind of have some leeway when your lip product starts to fade. Milani, excellent lip liners. LA Girl, excellent lip liners. I mean, even Wet n Wild. Find you a good lip liner that is going to go with your lip product so that as it fades, you still have color to your lips. So when you're taking pictures, it's not like you have this full face of makeup and then your lips are bland. A lip liner will give you a little, like it's going to give you a little bit of cushion until the time where you're able to get to the bathroom or pull out a mirror and reapply your actual lip product. The lip liner will allow your lips to continue to have color and will also extend the wear of your original lip product. So definitely, if you don't traditionally use a lip liner, prom may be the time to add that into your makeup routine. Okay, step 8, setting spray. You're going to want to, well, number 1, setting spray will, if you use a lot of powder products, a setting spray will kind of allow all those products to melt together so that your face doesn't look overly powdered, but also it will extend the wear of your makeup. Honestly, the one I use is cheap. This is from Wet n Wild. This is about $5. This is their 3-in-1 primer, set, and refreshing spray. Love it. The only tip I will give you is spray it before you do your mascara so that you don't risk it getting your mascara wet and having any transfer or like that. But I highly encourage a setting spray. I know a name brand one that a lot of people are familiar with is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. It's great, but also a really nice drugstore option for that is the Milani setting spray. They have an illuminating one that will give your face a little bit of shine, but they also have just a regular traditional matte one. It's a really nice drugstore option for the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. So definitely get you a spray. Once you've done all your makeup, just give yourself a little spritz. You can even take a sponge and lightly dab over your makeup, and it's just going to allow everything to blend, to set, and to, again, longevity is the key when we're talking about makeup for prom. Tip number 9, practice beforehand. If you see a style of makeup that you want to do for prom and you've never done it before, please practice before the day of prom. When I do girls' makeup, I always have them send me like their inspiration pic that they have from usually Pinterest, and I will make sure that, you know, I have the products I need. I will make sure that it's like a look I can do, because I don't want them to, you know, have me come in on the day of prom and be like, well, this is what I want, and I'm just like, I don't know how to do it. So practice beforehand. Practice, practice, practice. If you're going to do a wing liner for the first time, practice beforehand. If you're going to do a really dark lip and you need to line your lips with a red liner for the first time, practice beforehand. This is also a good time to see if your powder is going to give you flashback or not. Practice, practice, practice before the day of your prom. You don't want to go into it adding any more stress onto yourself than is necessary. So, or if you're going to have someone do your makeup for the first time, maybe have a session beforehand where they practice. Like one girl, I'm doing her makeup for prom. I use their Valentine's Day dance as kind of the practice for prom to make sure I know what she wants, what she likes, and we get kind of a rapport, you know, made so that she knows, tell me this is what you like, what you don't like, what do you want fixed? Do you like your highlighter up high on your cheekbones? Do you want it in the front of your cheeks? Do you want it on your brows? Do you want, I mean, just all the little kinks and everything, get out of the way beforehand. All right, my final tip for you is to stay true to yourself. If you want to change your makeup for prom, go for it. If you want to try something more extravagant, if you want to do a graphic liner, if you want to wear jewels, if you want to wear a dark lip, and that's not typical for you in your makeup, but you want to do it, go for it. If you want to go to prom with no makeup, and that's how you feel the most confident, don't let anybody pressure you into wearing an exorbitant amount of makeup. If you want to go to prom with a very light tinted moisturizer and maybe your thing is your lashes, do that. Do whatever is going to make you feel the best and make you feel the most confident. Don't feel that you have to conform to the beauty trends or the makeup that your friends are doing. I think a lot of people, I mean, even me, like you'll watch my videos and I'm like, well, do it this way, or, you know, maybe try it this way. But honestly, the truth is makeup is subjective. If you want to wear your blush on your cheeks and everybody's like, ooh, that's not the in thing, but you like it and you feel comfortable with it, wear your blush on the apples of your cheeks. If you want to wear a glitter eyeshadow on your bottom lash line, wear it. The whole point of your makeup on your prom night is so that you feel confident, you feel beautiful, and you feel like you are bringing the best version of yourself. And however you accomplish that is what you need to do. So take my tips, use them to create the look that is going to make you feel confident and beautiful and excited for your prom night. I hope these tips helped. Like I said, anything that I listed, I will also give you examples of those products in the description box below. So let me know down below, are any of these tips useful? Let me know what like color your prom dress is going to be. Just anything you want to share with me in the comments. I would love to read them. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe. Be careful, be safe, have a wonderful prom season, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.